Hello, today is the first class in the spring semester for elementary math class. So this is the second part of elementary math for the elementary math class. And some of you already studied with me for one semester. Okay, and you're welcome back. Okay, so I already show your parents the list of topics to be covered in this semester. Okay, and today's topic is about I call the tree planting problems, but that's a similar type of problems that we're going to discuss. Okay, it's a story problems. Okay, sometimes we needed to use a little bit more advanced method to solve, which would be much better. And sometimes we just draw, but most of the time we should draw pictures to understand the problem. Don't just look at the numbers. You say I got it, and then quickly write down the answer. No. Okay, so let's go through one by one, and we're trying to learn some ideas how to solve this type of problems. The first problem is the easiest one. Okay, but don't make mistakes. I want you to think about first. Okay, and if you have answers, you can post it, and maybe you can turn on. I will ask you to tell me how do you solve the problem, and you have to try to explain to me if possible. Okay, so the first problem says that 26 students standing in a row. Okay, so one by one. Okay, in a row from left to the right, and the distance between two nearby students is 2 meters. So the question is, how long is the line? Okay. Now, to solve this type of problems, you need to draw the picture first. Okay, and then probably you understand that. Then you can quickly figure out how to get the answers. Okay, I do have 3 answers from students. I did pretty quick. Okay. Anyone get different answers? Oh, okay. So Michael says it's 52. Now, Michael, can you turn on the microphone? Tell me, how do you get 52?
52 because you multiply 26 by 2, it will be.
Okay, 26 times 2, you got it. That's why you get 52, right?
Well, actually, you have to. Okay, I forgot.
Did you draw the picture?
Minus some numbers.
Did you draw the picture?
No.
That's why, you see, if you don't draw your picture, you can easily make mistakes. You only focus on the numbers. Oh, 52, that's 26 times 2, right? So if you draw the picture, and you will probably use a different number to the multiplier, right? So see, this is a picture. The first student here, the last student here. Then every 2 students, there was a gap is 2 minutes. So the question is, how many sections there? That gives you the total, the length, right? Yeah, how many sections there? If we have a 26 students, all right, and then you have many sections between, right, along this line. There are not 26 sections, only 25 sections there. So if we draw the picture, then you can see that 25 gaps that Andy says, and right, Andy explained that. Okay. So Andy, right? Andy, can you say a few words? Yeah. It's 25. So that's why I have a 25 gaps here, not 26, because there's 2 students at 2 endpoints. So 25 gaps. So the length is going to be 25 times 2. It's a 50 meters. Don't forget the units. Okay. See, so this example shows you that, yeah, if you do not draw the picture, you probably will make mistakes sometimes. Not everybody, but yeah. So you draw the pictures helps you to avoid such mistakes. So many story problems, you do need to draw the picture. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next one. Okay. If you get the answer, post it and show me. I will probably ask you, some of you, to give me some ideas. Okay. Yep. So 10 balloons in red, yellow colors are hanged in a row. Red balloons appear in pairs, and every 2 red balloons, there's 1 yellow balloon. How many yellow balloons there? 10 total, right? 10 balloons. Okay. All right. So I have some answers already. Now, there are 2 possibilities there, right? You can begin with a yellow balloon, you can begin with a red balloon. Okay. Now, Michael, you got 4. You got 4 yellow balloons. Did you draw them? Okay, you can use a Y for yellow, for balloons in yellow color, and use a red R, right? And how do you get 4?
I start with a yellow balloon.
Okay, you start with yellow, okay? Then you have a followed by 2 red balloons, and you repeat this pattern. Yes, okay. So this time, you're right, maybe. Yes, okay. So you begin with the yellow and the red, okay? Then, because red must be in pairs, okay? Every 2 red balloons, okay, there's yellow. So yellow balloon must be in pair. Red balloons must be in pair. Then yellow, right? Then yellow, okay, right? And then you already have a 9 here, so it's yellow. So total is 4 yellow, okay? Now, there's another possibility. You begin with red, okay? So you have the 2 R here, right? Okay, then the last one is R. But unfortunately, this does, you see, this balloon in red color, the last one, is not in pair. It violates condition, assumption, right? Red balloons appear in pairs, but the last one is not appear in pairs. So this is the mistake. Okay, this is impossible. Okay, so you see, not easy to, I don't know how the 3 students at the beginning gave me the answer 3. How did you get the 3, right? Hey, did you draw the, it's I draw a picture, did you write down something, right? Then you see that the one is possible, other one is not impossible. Now, sometimes you have 2 solutions, okay? Both are possible, maybe either 3 or 4, that's possible, right? And yeah, sometimes when you solve a story problems, you have to think about how many possibilities there first. Okay, maybe only 2 or 3. Then in each case you make a do some analysis. Okay, based on the given data. Okay, and then you cross those, or it's impossible. then what is left is the solutions. Solutions not necessarily be unique. Okay, nobody told you that's a unique solution there. Okay, sometimes there are 4 solutions, 2 solutions, or 3, 4. Sometimes they have infinite many solutions. Okay, great. All right, let's continue. Right, we have another problem. Now this is a little bit more difficult. Okay, definitely you have to draw the picture. Circle. Okay, along a circle pool, every 2 meters there put a flower, and there are total 14 flowers. What is the pyramid? The circumference. Okay. This is different from if I change the circular pool to a straight line, and then answer will be different. Okay. Okay, Michael has the answers, but double check the answer. Okay, maybe right, maybe wrong. Okay. And you can test your ideas using smaller number of flowers, maybe only 5 flowers or 2 flowers. Okay. Okay. So if there's a 2 flowers, how do you do that? Use the same idea to the sometimes the number like a 14 flowers is difficult to put all 14 flowers in the picture. Okay, so you can begin with 2 or 3, 4 flowers, so you can get some ideas. Okay, for example, 3 flowers, right? If it's 3 flowers, okay, 3, right? In case 3 flowers, then the every 6 meters I put the flowers, right? So 6, 6, 6. So 3 times 6, 18. And then you have 4 flowers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then have a 6, 6, 6, 6. So in this case, right? 4 times 6, 24. So that's the idea. Just needed to multiply the number, okay? And then you have a 14, right? 14. 14 flowers. Okay, sorry, I touched the screen, and let me open the file. Okay, should be back now. All right, so 14 flowers. Yeah, the 14 flowers you just have. Okay, 1, 2, 3, right? Then it's a 14, 14 times 6, which is 84. Okay. Okay. But if those are 14 flowers, you're putting in a row, and the answer will be different. Okay. If the distance between 2 flowers is 6, then the answer will be different. Okay. Okay. All right, so let's look at the next problem. There are 101 trees are planted along a 250 meters long street at equal distance. Okay, there's a tree at each end of the street. What is the distance between the two nearby trees? This is the inverse problem. Okay. Yeah, please think about it. So we're trying to figure out the distance as a length of each gap, right? So the question is how many gaps, right? So you draw the picture. Okay. If you draw the picture, then you can figure out how many gaps, all right? Anyone else? Okay, Kevin, how do you solve the problem? Well, you see, this is how many gaps, right? So the number of the gaps, right? Number of the gaps, right, is going to be, right? How do you solve, right? So you look at this, the number of the gaps, because you have 101 trees, and you can always count the one on the left, right? So there will be only 100 gaps there. Okay, if you want to count how many the number of the gaps, you just focus on the left end points. Okay, right? The number of left end points will be of the gaps is going to be the number of the gaps. So there'll be actually only 100. Okay, so if that is, then the answer is the distance. Okay, is going to be you just division. This distance is going to be 250 total and divided by 100, so 2.5. Okay, meters. That's easy to do. Okay, great. Okay, let's do the next problem. 320 flowers arranged in 8 rows. Okay, the distance between 2 nearby flowers is in each row is 1 meter. How long is each row? Wow. Okay. I wish you can draw the picture and then try to solve the problem. Okay, we want to know how long each row. Okay. Kevin, Andy, Michael, you have answers. How about other students? Have we figured out? Alan? We have 2 Alans, sounds like. Okay, and Andy, how many how many flowers in each row, right? How many flowers, right? So you 8 rows, 320 flowers, right? Yeah. So first of all, you got the numbers of flowers. Okay. So 320 divided by 8 is going to be 40. So 40 flowers in each row. Okay. Then you just need to focus on one row, right? Then because of 40 flowers, so the gap, the number of the gaps will be only 29. That's 39. The number of the gaps, right, in each row, right, is going to be 39. Okay. Therefore, the length of each row is going to be 39 times the length of the gap. The length of the gap is 1. So that's why it's 39 meters. Okay. So step by step, those are two-step problem right now. Okay. You have to figure out how many flowers in each row. Then you figure out how many gaps in each row, right, between two flowers. Then you find out the total length of the each row. Okay. So because you are given the information, the length of each row. Okay. The length of each gap. Okay. Because flowers, you know, the distance between two flowers is going to be 1 meter. Okay, great. It is great. So now we'll move on to the next problem. So read the question carefully. Once you have an answer, you show me. Okay. A piece of wood has a 16 meters long. Okay, it is cut into 8 pieces of equal length. So that means, you know, the 18 pieces, right? How many cuts should be done? 8 pieces. Okay. So how long of each piece? Okay, each piece is 2 meters long. That's right. So 8 pieces, right? Totals is 16. Okay. So yeah, the length of equal length, right? So you can figure it out. Yeah. So the length of each piece is going to be 16 divided by 8. That's clear, 2 meters. Oh, it's not required, right? And since 8 pieces, so in 18 pieces, right? How many cuts? In order to get the number right, so it's clear, you know, 8 pieces, you need 7 cuts, right? 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Okay. So if you cut, because you don't need to cut. You see, you just cut in the middle. Okay, at the end, you don't need to do any cutting. So that's why just 7. You don't need to figure out, you know, the length of each piece, but I just extra work with it. Okay, so 7 cuts. Okay, it's opposite way. See, you see this. If we draw the picture, you know, just you can get a general formula, right? if it's cut into 1,000 pieces of equations, right? How many cuts? Right, 1,000 minus 1. Okay, so when you do some problems with specific numbers, you have to think about the general method. Okay, so if I change numbers, can you get a general formulas? For example, if I change 8 to 1,000, 2,000, or just an arbitrary number I call the x, right? Then how many cuts should be done, right? Then it will be x minus 1, okay? And then the answer is independent of the length of this whole word, okay? This word, right? It's independent because 16, if I change 16 to 23, 25, that's not changing the answer, right? So a good student will, when they finish the problem, will think about the general way, general formula, figure it out, okay? And you can even write down a formula here on the right-hand side, okay? The number of the cuts is going to be the number of the pieces minus 1, something like that, okay? I hope you gradually build up this kind of habit to do that, instead of put a specific number there, okay? Good. Okay, so the next one. Yeah, see, I was talking about, if you gradually get, build up this kind of habit, then you will, this is where hardware scientists do research, right? You get, you observe some of the very specific samples, and you summarize, and you get a general formula, okay? Right, and you find some, relationship between two different samples. They are satisfying the same, same rule. Then you write on that, and then you get a paper to publish, right? Right. So the next one, a work cuts a piece of a steel bar of 30 centimeters long into several pieces. Okay, and here we are given the length of each piece. It takes 4 minutes to cut one piece. That's a several step problem here. How many minutes does it take to complete the job? All right, many of you got 20. So when you see a problem like that, right? So you draw the picture, okay? So this is 30 centimeters long into several pieces of a 5 meters long, right? 5 meters long. So here's a 5. So you can figure out the number of a number of the pieces, right? The number of pieces is going to be 30 over 5 to 6. So there are 6 pieces here, right? Now but how many cuts you need? Question, right? You probably don't need 6 pieces. Once you get 6 pieces, then you figure out the number of the cuts. Okay, the number of the cuts is 6 minus 1, it's a 5. Okay, and it takes, right? It takes 4 minutes to cut one piece. Right, use a saw, right? So then same as the number of minutes, right? Okay. Yeah, the number of minutes, total number of minutes is going to be 5 times because of 4 cuts there. So it's 20. Okay. So, well, I think this problem is much better now. Everybody got the answers. Great. Good job. So step by step, this is a three-step problem here, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay. When you do the homework, don't just put a number there. If the number is wrong, your parents probably don't know how to get the answer, right? But if you write down clearly and you get wrong answer, then your parents can see immediately, hey, which step, the second step is wrong. It's because the number cuts. If you put a 6 there, then that's clearly it's not true, right? If some students don't draw the picture, they just guess, right? So you have to write down step by step clearly how do you get it, that number each step. Okay. So when you do the homework, I will give you homework about 10 problems. Okay, you don't need to copy the problem, but I don't want you just to write down the number next to the problem. Your parents are going to print out a one-page sheet, okay? The answer key problems, they keep it. They don't give to you. Some parents give to you directly. But okay, then you should have a separate white rule paper, and you write on the problem number, and also on the top you put the homework number, okay? And then when you finish, you can put in the folder so you can review it later. Okay, you write on the number and then show each step, draw the picture. So then at the end you can check your answer, and I found out the answer does not match which was my one, and you double check, redo the problem, and maybe you figure it out, right? But show the steps, okay? And if you still couldn't show the step, figure out the answer, then you can discuss with your parents, okay? And I also suggest you, that's a much high requirement, okay? And maybe you can replace the numbers by X, Y, Z, you probably can figure out the general formula for this type of problems, okay? All right, so now we come to the tree planting problem, okay? So trees are planted along a street at equal distance. John walks at a constant speed. It takes 12 minutes to walk from the first tree to the 6th tree, remember, okay? If John, this is a two-step problem. If John continues to walk for 24 minutes after he passed the 6th tree, which tree will John reach? Okay. The answer will be, oh, that is a tree number 20. No, that is a tree number 40. Okay. Again, to analyze the data, you needed to draw the picture. Okay. Michael says 18th tree. Caden says 18th tree. Andy says 18th tree. Everybody says 18th tree. Okay. the Enya, right? How to pronounce your name? Enya, right? Enya. 16th trees. So there's a big gap now, 16 and 18. Okay. So I suggest you to draw the picture, okay, again. Okay. Draw the picture. Okay. So draw the picture. Have a, how do you draw that? So now this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 trees. It's already here. It takes about 12 minutes. Okay. Then if you draw 12 minutes for 6 trees, okay. You see, as those students who got 18, I think they didn't draw the picture carefully. Okay. So actually he only walks for 7, it's 5 gaps here. Okay. So if you really want to find the speed is going to be the 5 gaps divided by 12. Okay, that's a step, right? Right. So if you don't want this speed, that's fine. You know, so repeatedly, right? 24 is 1, 2, right? 12 minutes you walk this kind of distance. Okay. And then you figure out how many trees there total, right? How many trees? Okay. Actually, so you only have here's only have 5 trees here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because you cannot count the first one. So here 5 trees here, 5 trees here. Total will be 16 trees. Okay, so total will be 16. So 6 plus 5 plus 5, it's going to be 16. See, you guys got 18, just multiply by 3 without looking at the picture. That is a problem. Okay. So total 16 trees. Right? Now, right? If you draw the picture, it's much easier to understand. Right? 12 minutes, 6. Yeah, start from the first tree. Okay. Well, that's it, right? There's no need to. Now, if we change 24 to a different number, okay, and then it's hard to draw the picture. You probably have to use a speed to figure it out. Okay, but this will be a little bit more advanced class. Okay, so we stop here and we continue. Another problem. Okay, students stay in 4 rows. You see, we make mistakes, right? Some students, right? Be careful. So don't just look at the number and do the multiplication. Okay, students standing in 4 rows. Each row is 230 meters long. The distance between students is 2 meters in each row. How many students are there? Okay. Yeah, what do you would have to find out? There are 4 rows here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to count the number of students total, you just needed to figure out the number of students in each row. That's my hint. Okay, please go ahead to do it. All right. I 464. Great. So you figured out the number of students in each row, right? And the question is how many sections there? Because you see 200, yeah, 230 divided by 4 rows gives you the number of, right? Gives you the number of the sections in each row. So it's 115. Okay, this is a 115 gaps or sections. Yeah, it's 230 meters long, right? Divided into 4 rows. So each row, okay, each row, you know, that's not section. It's the total number that for.
It should be divided by 2.
Yeah, divided by 2. That's right.
Divided by 2.
Yeah, that's my name. I was thinking divided by 2. Right, this is I see 230 meters long, right? The distance between students, okay, each row is 230 meters long, and the distance the distance between 2 students is 2. So you get the number of the sections, right? This is the number of the sections, okay? Then how many students, right? So the number of sections is 115, but the number of students in the row is 1 plus 115. It's 116. So 100, yeah, plus 1 is 116. This is a number of the students, right? In each row, right? So the answer will be 116 times 4. That's it, right? So the total number of the students will be 464. Okay. Good. So this time everybody get the right answer. Then let's try next one. A building has 8 floors. There are 36 steps from the first floor to the 4th floor. And how many steps from the 4th floor to the 8th floor? The question is, what's the definition of the first floor? First floor is from at the bottom, okay? So that's, yeah, so this is the first floor, okay? It's on the ground, okay? Then second, third one, just go up, all the way up, okay? So how many steps from the 4th floor to the 8th floor? Michael says, Michael, double check the answers. Yeah, you did pretty fast. So now I got several different answers. Michael got 35 and 36. Caden says 36. Island says 36. All right, so my question is, how many steps between 2 floors? 2 floors, right? Can you do this problem first, right? The number of steps between 2 floors. Figure out that first. Michael says 18. Did you draw the picture, Connor? Right, now this is a strange problem, right? Got so many different answers, as you can see that. Kevin even shows me 60. The number of steps between two floors. This is the first step, right? First floor, second floor, third floor, and the fourth floor. So how many gaps between the first floor and first floor and the fourth floor, right? 1, 2, 3. So that would be 36 divided by 3, 12 steps there. Okay, look at your house. You can look at your house, right? The first floor is the floor on the ground, right? And you only have, most of students have a 2-story house. So second floor, right? You only have a one section, right? First floor to second floor. So the number of steps will be 12 steps. Divided by 3, not divided by 4. Okay, but from fourth one to the eighth one, how many gaps there? Right? Right? So you have and 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? You want to get from fourth floor to the eighth floor. So that's why the total number, right? How many steps from the fourth floor to eighth floor? Because there's 4 gaps here, right? That's right. So the answer is, okay, 4 times 12, total is 48 steps. See, if you draw the picture, you don't, from first to the fourth, it's only 3 gaps there. Okay, but from fourth to the eighth, actually there will be 4 gaps. This is a pretty tricky problem, right? It's not easy to get it. But you have to draw the picture. If you miss some steps, trying to skip a step, you did not draw the picture completely, you will make mistakes, right? Okay, so you try to figure out where you make a mistake. So why you make a mistake, right? You did not, get 36 instead of 48. Okay, you ask yourself and try to avoid such mistakes in the future. Okay. All right, so let's have a quick review on some problems we did before. Okay. Yeah, I already finished today's topics. So we trying to go over some other problems we learned last semester. Okay, you have two letters here. One letter represents a number. Okay, so A plus 6B is 64, but the A is double of the B. Okay, so what is A? What does the A represent? Okay, then you says 8. Read this question carefully, what I'm asking you to do. Yeah. Great. So most of you got the right answer. Kevin did it too fast. Did not check the question. The question is, we have to, my question is to find the A, okay? Find A, find the value of A, okay? So we will do this using the place of A replaced by B. right? A is going to be 2b. So 2b plus 6b is going to be 8b, right? And then what is variable b? So 8 times some number is 64. So that number should be 64 divided by 8, which is 8. Okay, but we are asking to find a. So a is twice of b. So it's 2 times 8. That's a 16. Okay, so you show all the steps. Okay, so if your answer does not match with my one, then you go back to check, okay, and then maybe there's a computation mistakes. So you needed to don't just write on scratch paper. You can work on scratch paper, but when you do the homework, you have to show step by step like that. It's very important. What is the purpose to study mathematics here? Number one, okay, it's to enrich your knowledge at the same level. Okay, sometimes in the school you do not study all type of different problems. Maybe teachers focus on small number of problems, focus on very narrow area. It's possible. Okay. Second, improve your problem solving skill because you practice more and you understand more and you know how to solve this type of problems. Some students claim they're already taking 6th grade maths, but does not mean you can solve all type of problems. Even the 7th, 5th grade, you need to practice. The third purpose is to learn how to express mathematics correctly, clearly. Okay, and it's very important. Many American students, even in college, when I was grading their homework quizzes, I find out it's very difficult to understand what they're writing on that because I never learned how to express mathematics correctly easily. So sometimes when I see, oh, this is very pretty, fun exam paper, okay, then I look at the name, oh, she's from India or she is from China. Again, that just I'll tell you the fact, okay? So you need to learn how to express mathematics correctly. Okay, let's look at the next problem. Okay, the next problem, this is an older problem, okay? And there are many ways to solve this problem. I'm going to show you the multiple ways, okay? There are 20 chickens and rabbits with 54 legs, okay? How many chickens are there? Trying to find the 2 different ways to solve the problem, okay? So I'm going to ask you to do that first. This is a typical problem in many textbooks. Andy says 40 chicken. Michael says 13. Andy, when you get an answer, look at the answer. Does it make sense? 40, okay. 40 chicken. Each chicken have 2 legs. 40 times 2, how many legs they're going to get? 80. But total, there are only 54 legs there. So it's definitely wrong, right? So when you get an answer, don't just stop there. Ask yourself, doesn't it make sense? And try and check your answer in a different way. Okay? Andy, can you explain to me how do you get 40? You were counting the legs. Oh, Yeah, 40, I'm sorry, yeah. There are 40 chicken and the rabbits total, okay, was 54 legs I already explained to you. So not 20 chicken there. It had 20 chicken and rabbits total, okay? And then the question is, I'm not asking how many legs of chicken. I'm asking how many chickens there. So even you count the legs, if you're given 20 chickens, you count the legs, you got 40, right? 40 legs. But that's not the answer to the question. So read the question carefully, yeah. Okay. So total, how to solve this problem? Okay, we have a couple ways to do. Okay, here we have a chicken and then have a rabbit. Okay, this is the number of legs. So suppose there's 20 chicken there. Okay, 0 rabbits. The number of legs will be 40, right? 40 times 2. Okay. Now, if you decrease the number of chicken, so it's 19 chicken, 1 rabbit. So the difference here, the number of legs will be 19 times 2, and the difference every time when you switch the number, right? Minus 1 from chicken and add 1 to rabbit. The number of the number of legs increased by 2, so it'll be 42. Because 2 legs become 4 legs, so it increased by 2, right? So if you decrease the number, it's 18, and that'll be 2, that'll be 44. Your goal is to get 54, okay? So questions, you have to figure it out, right? 44, okay? 54. 54 is going to be 40 plus 14. Okay, how to get, this is a 4 plus 2, 4 plus 40, 40 plus 4. So you increase, right? So total you have to have, right? 17 here, right? 17 here, 13, sorry, 7, not 17. Yeah, 7. Right? So that's why here should be 20 minus 7. That should be 7. You double check. Okay? So that's why if you have a 13 chicken, okay, 7 rabbits, then the number of legs will be 54. Just double check again. Okay? That's one way to do. Another way I want you to figure it out is, gradually you're going to understand abstract mathematics, and you will see the power of the equations you're going to learn. Okay, C represents the number of chicken, rabbits represent number of rabbits. Total there'll be 20, right? But each chicken contributes 2 legs. Each rabbit contributes 4 legs. So the number of the legs will be 54. Okay. Now the problem is, how do you get C and R? Wow, that's not easy. Okay, what I'm going to do is, you should watch out. Okay, you don't need to understand completely, but I wish some of you understand. So this is right. You can multiply the first equation times 2. There'll be 2C, 2R, and 2 times 20 is 40. That's a 3. Okay. Then why do I have to multiply? Because when I do the subtraction, I can eliminate the C. So 2 minus 3. Okay. Oops. Just one more minute. Okay. It's gone. Okay, so 2 minus 3. 2c is gone. 4r minus 2r is 2r. 54 minus 40 is 14. Then 2 times some number is 14, then that number is going to be 7. So there should be 7 rabbits there. If you know the 7 rabbits, then the number of chickens is 20 minus 7 is 13. Okay. Some of you maybe understand some of that. It's okay. I just say there are other ways to solve the problems. Okay. And this is what we are going to learn in the basic math class in the future. Okay. So I stop here. I wish you have a good weekend.